Have you ever walked into the point of rain as it's raging? I am fortunate to say I have, and it was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. I was climbing one of the highest mountains of Italy with my husband and a friend. It was sunny, and the rocks were smelling good. We were trying to follow our animal instinct, as animals do, to better absorb the miracle we were walking on, when suddenly a huge grey cloud came to surround us, so we weren't seeing anything, but thanks to that instinct, we could proceed without problems. At a certain point, it started raining at the level of our knees, and we asked ourselves, are we doped? No, that point was the origin of the water. Finally, for all my life, I had been wondering where water rises. And here we are, the day we discovered the origin of life. I lived that image and surrendered to its creative call by deciding to become a nature's instrument to engage protection and respect towards her. I asked myself, do I say thank you to nature for giving me water, food, and all the beautiful things that make my life an incredible, worthwhile adventure? Sometimes we take natural resources for granted, but it's not so obvious. I want to share with you something. How nature impacts on our lives. It depends on our perspective. For example, the businessman walking the city under the rain could say, damn, but the farmer's answer is just gratitude. So let's try to think about nature's gift from another point of view, like I did when I was 12 in my Scout community on a mountain close to the stars. I was making my Scout promise using these words. On my honor, I will do my best to cheerfully help other people all the time, since I place my honor in deserving trust. There's one point of the Scout law I want to share with you. Try not to be wasteful. Use time, food, and supplies wisely. We learned how to save water simply by leaving the need of a shower during our summer camps among the trees. In our society, precious things are the expensive ones. But in other countries, precious things are the hard-to-get ones, like water. Since we just have to push one button to have it, we are not aware it is important. Estate parati, that means be prepared. Only today I really got that Scout motto meaning, which is we have to be prepared and not in control, to surrender to our instinct for good and not to fight for it. This is the only way to be conscious of nature's preciousness. Ever since I was a child, I've always been inclined to express that instinct for nature's beauty through art, whether it was by drawing, painting, or the way I dressed. That it was inspired by my mom's old math books that were all full of fashion drawings. She hates numbers. All I did then, like all I'm doing now, revolves around beauty. I was so fascinated by fashion and its pure modus vivendi, because it is in charge to create beauty. Plato said, beauty is the foundation of the world of ideas, the Big Bang of reality. Wow. So fashion has an enormous responsibility. It has to shape our world through beauty. So fashion should be made of passion, dedication, sense of humor, astonishment, and responsibility. But today, it is made of carelessness, fast consumption, fast exploitation, no future, even death. I think that we together can make the shift it needs to surprise us again, because fashion needs to be enjoyable again, since it has an enormous redeeming potential. At first, fashion has to stop being one of the most polluting industries in the world on so many levels. It is responsible for 8% of carbon global emission, huge water consumption and pollution. It takes from 7 to 20 tons of water to create just one pair of jeans. Usage of toxic chemicals, from the processing of fibers to the dyeing stage to the tanning of the leather. Think about 8% of dermis illnesses in Italy are due to what we wear daily. 92 million tons of solid waste per year globally. Plastic pollution in the oceans. Farmers' illnesses due to the pesticides they breathe every single day on the cotton fields. No respect at all for employees, works, or sometimes too young in awful conditions with a daily revenue that is closer to zero. So, do we really still need to buy garments with this story behind? How can we help the change of this mechanism? It's simple, being curious. We just have to stop being consumers of fashion products and start being investors in fashion objects with a mission, a purpose, a will to transparency. Fashion Revolution is a non-profit organization that was born after Rana Plaza collapsed in Bangladesh in 2013, causing the death of more than 1,000 people, which is awful. They launched a meaningful campaign. Who made my clothes? You just have to wear your clothes inside out, take a picture of the label, post it on social media, tag the company, and ask who made my clothes through the hashtag. This is not just a campaign, it's a movement to embrace in order to trigger the shift. In addition, you have so many other tools. You can seek for certified organic fibers, ecological ones, recycled ones. Seek for manufacturers using renewable energies. And you can buy something made of 100% something, so it can be fully recycled. Or buy secondhand if you like. But the main question is, how can the desire to change the system can rise inside of us? Are we capable to recognize that epiphany? My desire was born that day on that mountain during that storm. I got a degree in fashion and textile design. I got hired by one of the most important fashion houses in Italy. And thanks to my amazing team and my outstanding master, I learned everything I could about that business and about how to change that system from within. So at a certain point, I decided to quit my job, leave my comfort zone, and starting accomplishing my dream to engage respect and protection towards nature through beauty and authentic passion. I learned how to hand spin, hand weave, natural dye, and use circular economy for trying not to be so much wasteful anymore. Because the obligation to overproduce is harmful and it's not so good for our earth because it destroys the passion to create. So I asked myself, how can I achieve it? I decided to use sustainable fashion to do it because I decided to start thinking about how to respect the earth in order to get the best from it. And what is sustainable fashion today? To me, is loyalty and consistency by simply thinking and producing in the respect of the people and the planet. Through sustainable fashion, we can destroy less using circular economy. We can increase garment durability. We can have more appeal on the market by being just transparent and sincere. And we can collaborate to help our health to shine again by breathing not pesticides anymore, but just air. We are all aware about the importance of eating clean and healthy. So why don't we give the same importance to the things we wear? I decided to put all these sustainable fashion aspects into a business. So I founded 3 projects. The first one, named Silvia Giovanardi, has my name, to immediately down the wall between my deep me and the others, a challenge for sincerity. I asked myself, how can I create something able to be honest and sustainable? It's simple. I will talk about my love. That is the only thing that cannot lie. My purpose was to create something able to make you feel good and the good energy taken to create them. And you can potentially return to the earth without polluting, therefore creating new humus and new life. So in the summer of 2014, I got married, and then we went to Japan for our honeymoon. It was an experience full of love, so I immediately translated it into a collection in order to explain to people how a fabric can comfort with our body to the point of taking care of it. I created this timeless and artistic collection made of certified organic fibers, ecological ones that came from the waste of the food industry, like soy fibers, like mint fibers, like milk fibers and soy fibers, vegetable tanned calf skin, and paste purse, because I sustain the organization of Hiroshima Paste Park with my origami dress that is made of 88 origami cranes made of soy. And the second one, named Rod, allowed me, my partners, and all the people to be surprised by nature, because we discovered that more than 2,000 years ago, ancient Romans were used to dye fabrics with graphite, a mineral that was super noble and non-toxic. So we reimagined that process for the future in order to save the graphite powder that came from the waste of the tech industry. This was simply amazing. And our purpose, our manifesto, our mantra since day one was, we want to do raw things in a red way. And yeah, this is our mantra since day one. That was precisely the 1st of July of 2015 when I met Matteo, my partner. That night, I remember we shared our complementary skills, our dream about how to transform the world into a good story to live. And then with Victor and other amazing guys that I call family, we founded ROD, a focus design company aimed to create a shift from the global crisis of today into an opportunity for progress. We started with an Instagram page and an educational program to raise awareness about the true impact of fashion. And now we are a sustainable and innovative company, and we create tangible manifestos of intangible values, like graphite. That is not just a t-shirt, it's our possibility to do circular economy and to inspire other people and other brands to do the same, even better, because we want to trigger the collaboration between the maker and the consumer in order to create something relevant for the collective good. So we always ask ourselves, who are we creating for? Because the connection between the companies and the destination then creates value, culture, meaning, and innovation. The third one, which is the one I really love, is the master of all my dreams and all my ideas that revolve around beauty. Is inspired by the planet that makes all the possibilities come true, Jupiter. Since then, the name Jove. The purpose is very simple: to activate wealth inside and outside, starting from the same thing, the fruit of the soil. With the same ingredient, we want to create food, hospitality, and what about art, since everything nature generates is art? Let me give you an example. What if you can plant the seed of chamomile, let it grow, create a dessert with that, dye the sheets for your night, and dye the silk of your outstanding dress? The result is an 100% absorption of all the therapeutic benefits of it by eating it, breathing it night and day. So it's simple. We will activate a pure restaurant, a botanical and organic farm, a high hospitality place to stay, and a couture art atelier to close the circle. My dad always says, there's no better teacher than the nature. At Jove, we want to choose the possibility to learn from nature, how to realize our dreams, and how to be better humans. Aristotle said, humans are organized in societies, and the smallest part of society is a family. Family, to me, is also the biggest part of it, because we are all brothers and sisters that are unconsciously destroying our love for Mother Nature, for each other, and for the things we create to express ourselves. So we just have to open our eyes, mind, and heart to become receivers of the precious gift that is our deep identity, and spread it louder and louder with sincerity until the voices become conscious choices and viral actions. Only by knowing the truth on who we really are, we can start taking care of the planet, which is our mom. I just discovered I am pregnant. So this is the reason why I'm living this way. And I hope I can engage you in doing the same and in finding out how to love yourself more by embracing this modus vivendi and surrendering to your own instinct for beauty. Thank you.